Hey y'all, Cuntry Cuz here. So it is summertime in Alabama, and it is video season for Cuntry Cuz. Cuntry Cuz hates wintertime. He loves summertime. The hotter the better. So today I'm doing a video on how to clean a HVLP or some kind of paint gun. If you've watched my earlier videos, you know that Cuntry Cuz has a furniture refinishing company, and I'm kind of winding down, trying to get out of it. I got 2 more jobs to do. I'm in the middle of one, and it's time to clean my paint gun. I figured it's a good time to show y'all how to do that. So the first thing you need is a paint gun, a dirty paint gun. And if I can get this top off, lacquer is terrible sometimes. Alright, you can see this is a dirty paint gun. It's got a harvest gold color in it. And I use lacquer paints, so lacquer dries super fast and it's very easy to work with. So the first thing you're going to need is a cold natural light. Because like I said, it's summer, it's hot. You want to quench your thirst. Drink some natural water. Alright, second thing you're going to need is a paint gun, dirty paint gun. This is ideal for cleaning a paint gun. It is cheap lacquer thinner. Okay, I said ideal for cleaning a paint gun. Ideal for cleaning a paint gun if you're using automotive paint or lacquer paint. You want lacquer thinner. This is a clean strip lacquer thinner, clean sprayers and tools. You can reduce lacquer with this. It dries fast because it's a cheap thinner. 15, 16 bucks, depending on where you live. Probably 20 if you live up north. But here, it's $15. This is a better lacquer thinner. It is a retarded thinner. That means it dries slower. They shouldn't use that word, but they do. So it's K27 by Sherwin-Williams. I normally don't use this paint thinner to clean my guns with. That's all I have on hand today, and it's about $20 here in Alabama. So if you're up north where the cost of living is higher and you support Biden, then it's going to be more. So anyway, so what you want to do is you want to take your paint. Oh, don't forget, you got to have your correct PPE, which is your safety glasses and your bitch mittens. If you don't work out in the yard, or if you're not a do-it-yourselfer, your hands are soft, this stuff, lacquer thinner, the good stuff, or even the cheap stuff, is going to burn the hell out of your hands. So you might want to put some bitch mittens on. That way you won't be hurt. So my hands are, I've seen a lot of harsh chemicals in my hands. Probably not the best thing, but it is what it is. So you pour your old thinner and your old paint out. There it comes, the Harvest Gold. And you put some of the lacquer thinner in it. Just a little bit, don't take much. And then you grab your trusty air hose. This is a compressed air gun. It's not a turbo gun, or it's not a airless sprayer. You have to have a air compressor for this type of gun. So you got your clean lacquer thinner in there, and you're wanting to spray some material out. And we don't really have any EPA crap here in Alabama. I don't know why. I guess because we're, well, y'all think we're inbred, but we're really not. So anyway, like I said, it's a cheap gun, so it's not going to be like any kind of DeVelvis or Jet, Solid Jet, however you say it. Iwata. I don't know how other you would say that, but oh shit, ain't got nothing coming out. Air. Okay, there's air. And you can turn it down. Turn your air pressure down. Put your finger over the end, and you can totally close it off, and it's not going to do nothing. If you let some air in with your finger, I don't know if you see that. You with the bitch mittens on, this is probably going to melt your mittens. So kind of do that with your finger, and it bubbles back into the cup. I can hear the bubbles. I don't have my air up. Oh yeah, you see it shooting out the top. You got back pressure going. Alright. The reason you're hearing more air is because this little thing needs to be tightened in there. But anyway, you get the idea. If you are any kind of do-it-yourselfer, you got the idea. So you take this clean lacquer thinner, pour it out. Pour it in the container. Alright, second step, you get a rag. If you have one, oh, I got one right here. If you're a redneck, you got a rag somewhere. Wipe off the top, reach in there and wipe it all down. If you got tattoos, this ain't gonna remove the ink on your tattoos. So, anyway, you take the top off. This is a 1 quart cup. Oh, my bad. Okay, these 1 quart cups also separate from their fitting. If you can't see, then you need some, there we go. Alright, we got it now. Anyway, take your cup off. Tighten that back down. Your cup's the easiest to clean because it's stainless steel or some kind of aluminum. And then every paint gun you buy, whether it's a cheap ass paint gun, a cheap ass snap-on, or whatever. I know a lot of y'all guys love snap-on, but it's cheap gun. You're not buying high quality unless you're buying the Velvis, Jet, or Iwata. I like Jets personally if I was painting cars, but I'm not painting cars, so you can use whatever. Anyway, they come with this, they come with a brush, they come with a filter that you put in between the cup and the body. So anyway, it's a multi-tool. This tool fits everything on this gun except for the screws. Then you would need a flathead screwdriver, Phillips head, wherever. Alright, so you take the cap off, throw it in the solution. I take my needle out next because you don't want to mess that needle up. If you mess that needle up, you are screwed. And be careful when you get to the end, it's got a spring in here. It'll shoot this out of your hand and you won't be able to find it. So, alright, see? Now you squeeze the trigger and it pushes that needle out. So you take the spring off and then you carefully pull out the needle. The needle, the inner air cap, the outer air cap is your bread and butter. If this is damaged, then I'm sorry for you. Alright, now take your multi-tool and you hook it on your inner air cap. This thing's got to be tight. If it ain't tight, then you're spraying and it's not going well. Alright, so that's your basic teardown. Alright, so now, let me put my glasses on. You'll have a tool in your kit that goes down inside your body of your gun. And it'll hook onto that. I threw mine away. I didn't think I needed it. So anyway, you stick it down in there. You can take that out. It's got a metal piece it's got a rubber piece, and it's got a spring. So that's all I usually take out of my gun to clean it thoroughly. But since I don't have that tool, since I'm a dumbass and I threw my tool away, then I can't do that. So anyway, so now what you want to do is you want to get a red Scotch-Brite pad. You can buy these at automotive stores or paint stores or wherever. I cut off just a little bit, just that. Now if you think, hey, I can clean this paint gun with 80 grit, well, that's wrong. Because if you take any metal off of this needle, then it's not going to spray right. You're going to be like, oh shit, my gun ain't spraying right. Alright, so put your top in there. Alright, so now you get a container that's kind of clean. Look, there's a cleaner, a clean container. Put you a little bit of your clean thinner in there. We're going to do about a cup. Because, like I said, guys, this shit's expensive. If you're doing customer work, the less you spend, the better. The more money you make at the end. The more cold beer you can buy. Alright, so take this, take a Phillips head or flathead screwdriver or an old needle from a paint gun. This ain't the one that I took out of this. This one has been sanded. It's probably not the outside diameter it used to be. So, like I said, do not take off metal. You take off metal, this thing ain't gonna spray worth a flip. So anyway, get your bitch mittens, dab that in there, and look, you put it down inside there. And then you take your screwdriver, you stick it in there, push it hard, and then you twist. If you got a plastic screwdriver, then this is going to feel like it's melting if you have a good thinner. Like I said, this is a slowed down thinner, so it dries slower. If you don't feel like you're getting a good clean, then you can reposition your scuff pad, Scotch-Brite, whatever you want to call it, Brillo pad. Pull it out. Let me put my glasses on. I can't see shit without them. And you get it clean in there. You know what clean is. A clean paint gun is a good paint job, if not perfect. Alright, so I got that. I'm going to put it in the back. Put it in the back hole where the spring and all goes. It don't really get too dirty back here. It's not like your normal back hole. Shit. Of course, you don't want to mess up your threads because your whatever that is, it sticks in the back here. Alright, anyway, pull that out. So then, I'll pour a little bit in there. It's going to get everywhere, but it'll be alright. So you can clean your body of your gun off with that fresh lacquer thinner. Get some off your table, wipe it down, and like I said, if you are not a do-it-yourselfer and your hands are soft, then right now you're going to be thinking, oh shit, something's burning my hands. Well, I don't feel that because my hands are well steeped in harmful chemicals, I guess, because I painted cars for like 20 years with the best painters in Birmingham, Alabama, actually. The guy's name is Norman, can't say his last name, and Eddie. If you're from Alabama and you're an automotive painter, then I'm sure y'all know their names. Alright, so anyway, you got your body cleaned off. So now what you do is you take this old lacquer thinner. It's white, it's yellow, It's blue. So you take it out. You take your rag, you wipe it off real good. If it's been soaking, then when you get through with it, it's going to look as close to new money as you can get it. Dip it in that old dirty stuff, take your little Scotch-Brite, go around to all these spots where your top seals off on your cup. Get it down in your breathing hole. If this hole right here in your top is clogged up, your paint gun is not gonna work. It will work, but it won't work good. Alright, so got that. At this time, guys, if you have bitch mittens on, you'll have to replace them. But since I ain't got them on, then I'm not having to replace them because my hands ain't even burning right now. Not yet. Alright, so that's what you do. And then you get you a handy dandy cleaning rag, paper towels or whatever. Look how clean that is. That's almost brand new. Alright, so now you reach in, you grab the outer air cap, and you can take it and just put it down in your clean like there. Move it around. Get your little handy dandy Scotch-Brite pad, red pad, whatever you want to call it. Brillo pad for some of you people that don't really know what it is. This is equivalent to 400 grit sandpaper. Some people say 6, but I say 4. It'll get the job done. You can wash dishes with this thing, and it's awesome. Anyway, you get it in there. You gotta clean a paint gun in a bright area. And a lot of y'all are gonna freak out when I do this, but I've tasted lycopene before. I've had it in my eyes, I've had it all over my face. It sucks. But you do this. You blow all that shit out of the, and you look up, and you can see all the holes. I'm gonna try to do it for y'all. If you look, you can see through all the holes. You see it? That's a good clean air cap. So now you dry it off. I hope y'all can see that. But anyway, you get some light, bright light in front of you, and you look up through there, and you can see all your holes. This one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's got 5 on one side, so it's got 10 all together, and 1 in the middle. So this thing moves air really good because, like I said, it's HVLP. High volume, low pressure. Now you take your inner cap. Get some dirty center on there. Oh, and if you got a wedding ring, a metal one, probably okay. If you've got a silicone ring, you might want to take it off. I have several of these silicone rings. Mrs. Cuntry Cuz has bought me, and usually they melt with this stuff, but this one's holding up pretty good. I don't know what brand it is. The last one I had, it got some brand new lacquer thinner on it, untouched stuff, uncut, undirty, and I just about couldn't get it off my finger. Okay, so I got that clean, inside and out, and there's all these holes around the outside of your inner cap. You gotta have them clean. You can do the blow method if you want to. You really gotta blow hard. Very good. Now that's burning my lips. My lips ain't been in this like there. My hands have. So anyway, you get that clean. You set it aside with your outer air caps. Reach in here to the goodie bag. You find your oh, my bad. You find this thing. It's your spring compressor piece. I don't know what you call it. I'm gonna put it in a clean lacquer there. I'm gonna give it a little shake. I'll wash this off and throw that away. Get some new stuff. Cold beer. I know, guys, this is a long video. Oh, I put it in there. Alright, as long as this thing, alright, that's your set screw. As long as it moves freely, you're good to go. So you wipe it off with your clean towels. There's really no cleaning of this unless you're anal and you just really want to get all these ridges out. I don't care if the ridges are dirty, but some people are. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Alright, so then you reach in your grab bag and you find your spring. Springs, not too detrimental. I mean, if they're super dirty, then yeah, you're gonna want to scrub them pretty clean. Set it aside. Alright, most important thing, reach in here and grab your needle. This is the bread and butter of your paint gun, or I think it is. If this needle is not the way they built the gun to act or spray or whatever, you take this 400 grit Scotch-Brite Brillo pad and apply light pressure. If you're a painter like Joe and he don't ever clean his paint guns, then this may be difficult. You may need to get some stripper. I cleaned the paint gun for Joe, and guys, I don't know. It don't look like he ever cleaned that damn paint gun. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Clean this good. And when it's clean, and you got all the oil off of it, or grease, you need a good grease. Not like a wheel bearing grease, a paint gun grease. And you put it on this little brass area right here. That's it. I wouldn't put it out here because your shit will fish out. Alright? Alright, so that's clean. All of it's clean. Now you take your body of your gun. This is the first thing I do. I put your outer cap back on. And you take your handy dandy multi-tool, if you can get it off your tool bench. This thing don't have to be clean. And you gotta really rinse this thing down. Because if there's any air coming in between this brass part and your inner cap, your paint gun is not going to work efficiently. And then you grab your needle, or I grab my needle, and make sure it's nice and clean. I set it down on something, and of course it got dirty. There's several paint jobs on the top of this bench. It's terrible. But hopefully I ain't going to be doing it much longer. I'll get this job done Monday. And then one more, I'm done. I'm not doing any more customer jobs. Well, if they're just paint jobs or not. Alright, so you got your needle in. Put it in real nice and easy. Make sure when you put your needle in, it goes through the hole in the trigger. Push it in. Grab your spring. Put it on the needle. Take your plunger. Run this set screw all the way out. I'm fixing to show you how to set this gun the way I've been shown. You give it pressure with your thumb on your left hand, depending on what hand you are. And when you get it really started, you squeeze the trigger, and then you turn this until you feel tension on it. Alright, there's the tension. So now what do? Release that. Turn this 1 turn and a half. 1 turn and a half. And then you set your screw. And that's where it needs to be. I don't like that. It feels bad to me. So I turn my set screw out and I'll back it out a little bit. I like a full trigger. Okay, there's full trigger. You gotta have a full trigger, or this thing ain't gonna spray worth a flip. Then you take your outer cap, put it back on, and you gotta get it tight. I don't know, we do it like that. If you're from the north, you might do it like that. I don't know. Or if you're an airless sprayer guy or turbo sprayer guy, I don't know. Whatever. Get it nice and tight. Alright, now you got your cup. It's relatively clean. Put it on the paint gun. Nice and tight. And then you get your top right there. You put it on. Alright, so this thing should be the bomb now. If you got a DeVelvis, Jet, or an iWater. If you have a Snap-on, 3M, something like that, then you need to go buy another paint gun, because they ain't worth a flip. Put your little bit of light cleaner in there. Lid on there. Reach down here. Grab your hose. It's got compressed air in it. Look at that. That's probably not even all the way. Oh yeah, it is. Alright. Most of your paint guns should have a 4, 5, 6 to 8 inch fan. That's like this. If you're spraying with your paint gun, hold on, let me turn it down. If you're spraying with your paint gun like that, you're doing it wrong. You gotta have it all the way open. You have to have your pressure up to about 25, 30, 35, depending on what you like spraying. Look at that. That's money right there, dude. Alright, so that's my video. So if you like this video, you like cold beer, and you don't have to wear bitch mittens, then give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Next time I upload an epic Cuntry Cuz video, you'll be notified. Thanks, guys.